This holiday season, every time you purchase a 12-ounce SnortBucks coffee, a portion of the proceeds will be given to the Penny Foundation, the world's premier charity dedicated to helping down-on-their-luck content creators pay their daily bills.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money. I need my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill.
So stop by your local SnortBucks today and help send some Penny their way.
Sorry for the abrupt pause. I'm working on it, amongst many things. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the newsroom and welcome to the Goutopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report brought to you by SnortBucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company. Let's go. So, how you guys been? Hopefully you guys are doing well and whatnot. Hopefully your day is going well. We're here to talk a little bit about LOLCOW Live wanting to react, to respond even, to claims made by Dark Side Phil. Now, excuse me a second. At the time of recording, I've actually gone over the segment that they've talked about, where DSP basically threw shots at them. So that's already recorded. That's already in the books. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but it's in the chamber. It's it's in the chamber, so it's definitely gonna come out eventually. Whether this comes out before it or not, who could say? Let's see. The title that we have for this is LOLCOW Live Speaks, reacting to DSP calling them out for faking their show. This was July 29th of 2024. Not sure if Keem actually still has that stream up or not, or that was a member only stream or whatever the case may be. It's hard to say on that bullshit, but if we can find the link for it, we'll drop it. So we're going to speak on that because LOLCOW on LOLCOW violence is a thing, right? And we can also transition into one of our favorite segments, Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my TED Talk. It's very clear, to be honest, because I've been saying this for a while since the beginning of the Kino Casino arc, that this is completely and utterly about content farming. That's all it should be. Shouldn't be taken any more serious than that. And you could say that Keem was making early attempts to do so, without completely and utterly having his show compete up against Kino Casino. With that being said, addressing DSP and his stupidity is just par for the course. That's what LOLCOW Live should be doing. They should be looking at all the different LOLCOWs that are around, taking snippets of streams or videos or whatever, reacting to it, giving their opinion, and then moving the fuck on. Should be as easy as that. But yet again, LOLCOW Live has made a lot of mistakes, mainly losing LOLCOW Podcast, as well as other things and whatnot, and people who were adjacent to the project. In which case, this was a pretty good showing on Keem's part, and maybe LOLCOW Live as a whole, in them responding to DSP and the validity of their show. Yet again, and if you guys saw my original video on this, I said that whether it's faked or not is, for the most part, incidental, because the overall point of it is whether it's entertaining. To be honest, I don't expect, and you shouldn't expect anything truthful out of any of these people, to be honest. So you strictly are taking this for an entertainment value and nothing else. And I think most people understand it. DSP wants to run around here talking about meaningful content and all this other trash that don't mean shit because he's not entertaining, and he knows that. So he has to try to lean on other shit to try to give himself value, which is pretty pathetic, to be perfectly honest with you. But in any case, let's see what LOLCOW Live has to say about this particular situation. Matter of fact, give me a second. I wonder if I have an insert for them. I feel like I would take that extra step to do that. Let's see here. But we'll go ahead and see what they have to say about it. See if they can clap back in any way that is meaningful, or relevant, or at least entertaining. At least entertaining. And go from there. I got one here for Tommy C, so I have to have. I got one here for Lumbing, so I have one here for Brink and Banquet, but I actually watched them. So, well, I'll be damned. We don't have one here for LOLCOW Live. Actually, that's actually rather interesting. Yeah, I guess I don't. Oh well. Oh well. I can't watch everybody. I guess I could put one in, but there's no point in doing that shit now. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And let's go ahead and set up our board here, and we'll see how Keemstar and LOLCOW Live do in their clapback for against DSP. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and stop that so there's no echo like there was in the Rich video. My apologies on that. And let's see here. Should be it right here, actually.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to announce we have DSP.
There we go. This is it. Excuse me. Great screenshot of DSP looking like a retard. All right, let's go ahead and give proper introductions, I suppose, and then go from there. Not to say that they're my peers or anything, but it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with LOLCOW Live. LOLCOW Live speaks and reacts to DSP calling them out for faking their show. This was from July 29th of 2024. If a link can be provided, it will be down in the description. There you go. Trying to be positive. Okay. I'm really actually surprised I don't have an insert for LOLCOW. I'm actually kind of shocked by that. Maybe I'll put one in as this is going on. Anyway, start the video. Here we go.
Go ahead, Phil.
Both of those guys literally sold out. It's a vile show. It's a disgusting show. The show has completely fallen apart. It's scripted, you idiot. We have the evidence. Boogie got forced.
It's scripted, you idiot.
It's scripted, you
oh
idiot.
my god.
To have a face tattoo. I was right all along.
I like Phil's shirt.
Oh, they're using a Breaking Banquet video. There's a Breaking Banquet. Good shit.
With Keemstar or anything he's involved in. All right? I have absolutely no association whatsoever with Keemstar or anything he's involved in. All right? Last year, there was talk that I would do a podcast with Boogie and Wings, but it would be our podcast, meaning the three of us would do a podcast together. And then both of those guys literally sold out and signed up with Keemstar to do a drama podcast called The LOLCOW Show or The LOLCOW Cast or whatever it is, where essentially the purpose of the show is they get bullied all day. A bunch of people who call farmers go on.
Well, here's the thing, and I said this in my original broadcast, so I'll try not to repeat everything. But, like, what were you guys bringing to the show as it pertains to sponsorships, endorsements, I don't know, money, like capital, like, you know what I'm saying, liquidity? Like, what were you guys bringing to the table to help get this thing off the ground and make it mainstream? You didn't. So I don't know why we're acting like Keem came in and commandeered something that was his idea originally. The same idea that you lied to Craig, Stuttering Craig, about, saying that, oh, you had no idea what the offer was, you don't know this, you don't know that. Keem comes up there and is like, no, you did. Because Boogie reached out to you and told you what it was. Oh, well, well, yeah, Boogie did say this, but you didn't do it. Well, that's why Boogie was there. So you got called out on that lie. Amongst everything. Well, amongst most things, I should say. But the point being, is how was this thing really going to get off the ground? And where were you guys going to get sponsorships, endorsements, stuff to help pay for the show, pay for the equipment that these guys were able to get, and all that comes with that? Who was going to actually set up the show? Who's going to set up the structure of it? What were you guys going to talk about? All of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really, who was going to wrangle you guys in? What platform were you guys going to do that on? DSP was going to want it all on his platform, by the way, which is funny because despite how all three of these guys' platforms are dead, DSPs has by far been in the ground the longest. So DSP was literally going to, I don't have a nice way of saying this. He was literally going to socially rape these guys for his own benefit. That's literally what it was going to be. It's just what it was. And they were expected to just sit there and take it. I don't know how else to say it to you. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. That's literally what DSP was going to do.
On there and make fun of them constantly, and they just stand there and take it and get paid money to do it.
And he's just mad that Keemstar is now basically taking advantage of them and whatnot socially, if you will. But DSP definitely had eyes on it to do it first.
It's a vile show. It's a disgusting show. It's exactly what I thought it was. It's complete and utter fabricated drama. All right. It's mostly fabricated. Like almost everything on that show is scripted. 100%.
Bro, I put out a notice on Twitter, and I said, hey, look, it's okay for everyone to have an opinion. You can have an opinion that the show is scripted and fake, but the way Phil is saying this is 100% fake. I'm sorry, that's defamation. That's slander. That's slander. Yep. Like, we can sue him, okay, for that.
Do it. I think we should.
So I put out a fucking tweet saying I'm considering.
And like I said, out of this format here, right? Like, by far, Wings is the weakest link. It's really, when you look, at least the way I see it, LOLCOW Live is really just Keem and Boogie. And Wings is just, he's just your proverbial third wheel. It is what it is. Speaking of which, funny side note, I've talked to Proper about this a couple times too, but Foodie Beauty is interested in going on LOLCOW too. But because she's stupid, like all LOLCOWs, she wants to be paid for her appearance, which her appearance isn't worth a damn. So, so that's not a thing. But given how bad Foodie Beauty's been fucking up as of late, eventually I think they'll get her on for nothing because she has no value. She doesn't bring no value. Like, if Keem was going to bring anybody on from Girl World, fucking A, man. Like, I'd say the first person he should get, it should probably be French Fry Girl, to be honest with you. That's the first, that's Foodie Beauty's top op, to be honest with you. You could get garlic bread up there, but he's shifty, to be honest. You could get Yo Mama, which is actually he's actually a Foodie Beauty ass licker, not kisser, licker. So he might be interesting to go up there and beat him up for a little bit. Chicken Pickle, Yaba, or YouTube Underground. There's actually a lot of choices in Girl World, to be honest with you, if Keem wants to do that. I'm not here to give Keem no ideas or whatever. He can figure that shit out on his own. But getting Foodie Beauty up there is not going to do shit. Get one of the ops up there and whatnot, and then she'll react to it, and it'll make her even more mad. And eventually she'll just come on for free because she's going to be so desperate to try to change the narrative. That's how you work a LOLCOW. But whatever. I don't need to be giving no advice and whatnot. They'll figure it out on their own.
I'm suing him because I was like, wait a minute, you can't just do that. He can't come out and say that's a fact that the show's scripted and fake. You can't do that.
But here's the problem with it. Here's the problem. Like, you'd have to prove damages. What damages would Phil have caused us since he's such minute?
Well, this has went viral, and now everyone in our chat is spamming that it's fake.
Exactly.
But no, look.
Great job, Wings, for contributing to your own cause. You saw that? Wings literally kneecapped or attempted to kneecap his own show that he makes money off of, that he has ownership on. You see how much of a fucking idiot Wings of Redemption is? He may have been something back in the day for Call of Duty. I can admit that. I watched a lot of Wings and shit. I learned a lot from him early on. But now he's a fucking moron. Fucking idiot. Why would you work against your own interests? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
At the end of the day, you know what Phil did in response to my tweet? He added a fucking, there's a way to add a note or something on your YouTube video.
Yeah, he added like a disclaimer or something. I remember that. I remember DSP got so shaken up that he had to add like a disclaimer or some shit to go ahead and try to alleviate responsibility. What a cuck.
Or description or something. And he said, just so everyone knows, these are my opinions and my opinions only.
Panda Lee is not Asian. That is all.
After I put up that tweet, but okay.
Done ahead of time. They already know what they're going to say and do. They do these fake sides. Oh, I'm going to quit the show. No, I'm going to quit the show. Oh, he quit. Oh, he's back. Oh, he quit. Oh, he's back. It's 100% fabricated. It's just as fake as shitty reality TV. But the people who watch the show are mental morons. They think it's legit. They're just complete moronic idiots. to think that anything there would be real.
Damn. Phil is saying that you guys are all idiots.
Look at that far off dent look that Phil has. That was a great screen. It's a great screenshot. But yeah, look how dented Phil looks in that shot. One of the most punchable faces on the internet.
Morons.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But the truth is, I never want to be involved in that kind of drama content anyway, right? Ever. That's why I said I'm not involved with this show. You know, Keemstar couldn't even legitimately contact me and offer me a real spot on the show. He demanded on Twitter.
Do I even have to respond to this? Because I clearly did reach out to him and talk to him. Like, come on.
He's about to talk about what I want to talk about.
A $50K offer to be on the show before he even spoke with me. Like, he's making demands. Over the last 2 years, he's tried to harass me by saying he was going to contact my friends and family and do a negative Netflix documentary about me. This guy's nuts, okay? He's a fucking asshole. He's a piece of garbage. I want nothing to do with this man, all right? I've made this abundantly clear over the last 2 years. I want nothing to do with Keemstar whatsoever, all right? At all. You guys keep coming on my streams and bringing it up. And I keep telling you, guys, every time that you bring this shit up, you are literally feeding into the hands of these drama bitches. You understand that? Because that's all the other bitches. They make up shit.
Oh, this is so good.
Gullible, dumb people will talk about it, watch it, and give them money for it. Okay? If you watch the show, if you talk about the show, if you care about the show, you fell for the trap.
If they could have gotten DSP, if LOLCOW podcast still existed, not LOLCOW Live, if LOLCOW podcast still existed, meaning that everybody that was involved in that did what they were supposed to do. And if they could get DSP to spaz out about different situations and whatnot and different subject matter, it could probably have been a halfway decent show, to be honest with you. It might have been. It would have definitely have made great content for detractors, trolls, haters, and critics, and then normies and stuff like that could react at it and have a good laugh. It could have been a good thing. But for how long? I think the shelf life on that thing would have been very, very low. Or very, very short, I should say. Because they wouldn't have been able to do I initially said maybe like a show a week, probably. Maybe two shows a month. You couldn't do a show every day. Like, you can't have all 5 of them or all 4 of them, all 3 of them up there, 4 days a week. It's not going to work. They're going to easily get burnt out on each other and shit. It's just not going to pan out. So it'd have to be like a weekly show or something. That could work. But even if it did, 6 months, maybe a year. Maybe. The money would have to really be up there. The sponsorship payout would have to really be out there. There would have been a lot of things would have had to fall in place for LOLCOW podcast to work. If you really think about it.
You're a gullible idiot, and all they care about is milking you for money and views. That's it. They don't want to make legit content. If they did, they'd make a legit show.
What is okay, hold on.
What
is legit content? Wings streaming video games, DSP stream. That's legit. What is content? All right.
Oh no! So don't forget, he's got this fucking show, the One Up podcast or something like that, where for an hour a day he sets and bitches about how much money he's making. So that's that.
Yeah, the daily therapy session, the Bottom Bitch podcast, Level 1 podcast. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a daily therapy session. That's what you should have called it, because that's what it is. It's literally a daily therapy session. And the reason why DSP is so committed to the bit is because so we show up Monday, and he bitches about whatever it was that happened on Sunday, right? Tuesday, we bitch about everything that happened on Monday. Wednesday, we bitched about everything that happened on Tuesday, and so on and so forth. It feeds into himself, or into itself. That's why the daily therapy session is progressively getting longer and longer. That's what he wants. If he can have like 3 hours of a podcast, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and then maybe like 2 hours or even an hour and a half of gameplay, plus the night stream, that's what he's trying to go for. The question is, can he really fill up the time? And that's why I think the reaction content on the fucking Bottom Bitch podcast is a thing. He just hasn't been able to sell it on them yet. And that he's scared. He's scared to actually have Snort Burnell up there. He's scared to have Memology 101 up there. He's scared to have Mighty D up there. He's scared to have Snort Hogan up there. Hate Army, Sunspot Gallery, or anybody else. Name whoever your favorite detractor is. Up there and react to them because they may clap back at him. Or whatever's in the content is going to resonate with some of the fucking dents. That's what he's scared of. So instead of going at what would be considered reputable content or reputable competition, he wants to go ahead and take pop shots at essentially soft targets. That's essentially what it is. There's a reason why he hasn't reacted to a Tevin video yet. There's a reason why he hasn't reacted to a fucking top 10 worst moments. There's a reason. Whatever. I don't need to. You understand you picking up what I'm throwing down and shit. You know how Tommy Brown get down. You don't want that. You don't want none of that smoke at all. So go ahead and he'll keep his little training wheels on and he'll just circle around the issue without addressing it. Right? But progressively, you're going to see that the Bottom Bitch podcast is going to get longer. It's going to. I don't know when exactly, but clearly that's what he's shooting for. Because games aren't doing it, and he don't want to do it. He really don't. He really don't. But he needs to have the gamer moniker over him because he feels like it somehow protects him. Hasn't protected him up to this point. I don't know how much further he expects it to go, but whatever.
That's apparently legit content. He berates the people who donate to him. He berates the people who don't donate to him. He fucking spends and then maybe he mentions video game news a little bit. Shit that got covered 3 days ago. Like,
Chad is saying that
Boogie's not wrong. Boogie's not wrong. Let me bring that back. Boogie is not wrong. He was pretty much dead on with all of that. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Boogie. Fuck Boogie. But I will say that he was dead on that shit.
Stream, that's legit. What is content? All right.
Oh no! So don't forget, he's got this fucking show, the One Up podcast or something like that, where for an hour a day he sits and bitches about how much money he's making.
Yo, the One Up podcast is actually a pretty fire ass name, to be honest with you. I kind of like that actually. Yo, I can match that up with SnortBucks Coffee Company too, boy. Get a leg up with SnortBucks Coffee Company and step up to the One Up podcast. That could work. That could work. Huh. Boogie, you may have made yourself useful. Maybe. I'll think about it. Actually, I gotta wait because you gotta make sure that someone else is not already using that. But I have ideas though. Even if I don't use that, I have ideas though. I'm gonna think about it. So it's a work in progress. Boogie, you may have made yourself useful. Maybe.
So that's apparently legit content. He berates the people who donate to him. He berates the people who don't donate to him. He fucking spends and then maybe he mentions video game news a little bit. Shit that got covered 3 days ago. Like,
Chad is saying that DSP's right. He's not, because the show is not scripted. All right. The show.
I don't know about all that. There's quite a bit of kayfabe that's going around this bitch. I can't say that it's all a shoot. I can't say that it's all on the up and up. And yet again, not to defend LOLCOW Live, but if the shit's entertaining, then that's all you should really take it as anyway. So that's all I'm saying. But don't sit there and tell me, Keem, that this shit isn't completely a work. Okay? I've seen quite a bit of shit that went on in the drama sphere, in the commentator community and all that, but a lot of that bullshit wasn't on the up and up, and a lot of it blew up in those people's faces for a reason. So hey, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You can't, I'm not a mark for you guys or whatever, so it's not like I'm sitting there drinking the Kool-Aid. But I'll be damned if you could say that all of it's on the up and up.
Is way better, more entertaining than DSP has ever produced. All right, maybe the fappening, well, that was a high moment for him, where he beat off on camera.
Agreed.
But yeah, this show is wildly more entertaining than his. He's not right. Nope. This is fucking silly. He's fucking salty and he's mad because he missed out on so much fucking money. Go ahead, Wings.
To defend Phil does make a good show, but he just doesn't do a high volume show.
The fuck are you talking about? See, this is my problem with Wings. Like, I don't know what kind of, lame camaraderie you think you have with this dude. I don't know what kind of connection you think you can build with him. You can't. He will use you and discard you the first chance he gets. He will take advantage of you in the same way you took advantage of Gangsta Grandma up until the day she died. You fucking lame ass piece of shit. DSP don't give a fuck about you. He never has, he never will. All them years ago that you wanted to get him on your show to try to help him out or whatever, and he's blatantly lied to your ass, and then got mad because everybody else on the show, who were some real ones, were like, well, fuck that cat then. We don't want to be up here. Fuck him. We don't care about him. We don't need him anyway. And then DSP got butthurt about that bullshit and sat on it for years. I don't know why Wings goes out of his way to defend DSP. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't value you. He don't respect you. Why? Why would you make concessions for him? Why do you go out of your way to defend him or try to prop him up and shit? He wouldn't do that for you. So what's the whatever? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Pigs of a feather. Well, not a feather, but pigs of a snort. I don't know. Fucking snort together or some shit. I don't. Whatever. I mean, if you want to wall up in the mud with that guy, so be it. But that guy does not give a shit about you, Wings. Really don't. Like I'd have thought that time with Gangsta Grandma, that type of Kelly, you being around people who actually gave a shit about you, you would have waked the fuck up. Instead, this is Brandy, and it's the others, and that whole other situation with those other thoughts all over again. You keep chasing after these people who don't care about you, and I just don't understand it. I don't get it. But it is what it is.
Not right. This is fucking silly. He's fucking salty and he's mad because he missed out on so much fucking money. Go ahead, Wings.
To defend Phil does make a good show, but he just doesn't do a high volume show. Like, he's not a show that's designed to be super popular, but like Phil does put effort into his own content product. I will give.
Oh, where? Where? That's the case. Then why don't you watch him? Like, why don't you watch him quote unquote legit? You usually watch the tractor content. So if the content supposedly is so well, actually, Wings has admitted to watching his streams sometimes at night or whatever. But then I swear someone said something, and he also admitted to watching Dark Dave Mirrors and Raw Phil at times too. He may have actually watched restreamers at one time or another as well. Don't hold me to that. If I can figure out where that clip is, it has to be in like a Lummox video. All right, don't hold me to that. But if that was the case, then why don't you support the content more directly? Not giving it donations. Don't do that dumb shit. But why aren't you watching it more frequently, is what I'm trying to say. Whatever. The point is, it's trash. And truth be told, as the whole thing about, is this shit like actually legit, right? Or is this kayfabe or whatever? Wings is kind of the perfect person to sit there and say, oh, well, DSP isn't that bad. While Boogie and fucking Keem rail on him. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of makes sense, too, when you look at the structure. Because if in a triangle formation, as these guys are basically in, someone has to be the odd man out in most subjects or topics. Anyway, whatever. I don't need to break all that down to you. But you'll get it. You watch enough LOLCOW live, you'll see what I'm talking about.
That. But I've noticed this with this clip. What? If you look, you can't tell where it's froze right now, but when you see Phil looking directly at the camera, his eyes are yellowing. He's an alcoholic.
Oh yeah.
No shit. No shit. Congratulations, Wing. Should we give you the Nobel LOLCOW Peace Prize for figuring that shit out? Like LOLCOW, like fucking detractors, trolls, haters, and critics haven't been saying that shit for years. Congratulations. Great observation.
Yeah.
Oh. Like play it a little bit more when his eyes are wide open, and you can see the yellow in his eyes.
Before we do that, what do you mean he produces good quality? I'm so confused. He doesn't. I've been on his streams.
If you compare Wings video, DSP's video game content versus like other people doing the same thing, his content value is way higher than like somebody with like 10 viewers out there in fucking no man's land.
The fuck? What is that? Wait. What? That's not even a fair comparison. Well, wait, I gotta hear this again. I'm not speechless. I don't even want to hear that in the chat. I don't even want to see that in the chat. Oh shit, go GTG is speechless. Nah. I need to hear it again. What do
you mean he produces good quality? I'm so confused. He doesn't. I've been on his streams.
If you compare Wings video, DSP's video game content versus like other people doing the same thing, his content value is way higher than like somebody with like 10 viewers out there in fucking no man's land.
Well, first off, both of your content and DSP's content is shit. So let's go ahead and just move that off the board right now. So I already take your pawn on that. As it pertains to his content to compare to someone who has 10 views, first off, why are we view shaming? And two, huh? Like, how does that make sense? Like, DSP damn near streams to like 10 people realistically. Yeah, he may have, you know, the view count may say 300 or 400 people or whatever, but realistically, there's probably, it looks like a stream that only has a few people there, a few regulars or normies, and that's it. So if truth be told, they would be equal to content, it would be equal in quality than one being above the other just because someone else has more viewership than the other, if that's the route he's trying to go. But even still, DSP's content is trash. It's hand-holding and it's begging. How is that better than the person who has only 10 views, who's probably not even monetized, and who's having an actual good time talking to people as they're going through the gameplay? Who are you even watching? Like, can we get that out? Can you at least drop a name or something so I have something to compare to? I'm so confused. But it's situations like that reasons that people sit there and say, hey, it's more than likely what those guys are doing is a work, because yet again, someone needs to be the odd man out in the triangle formation. There has to be someone that has to be willing to take a hit or be the odd man out. But whatever.
He just sets. He's got a
okay. But
what's the difference between that and what Osmond Gold does? Like,
yeah, but
Osmond Gold, he just watches other popular shit in the dark.
Well, first off, I'm not even trying to defend Osmond Gold. Fuck that guy too. Osmond Gold, first off, is not a gamer, right? He's a drama content creator who happens to play games. That's literally what he is. Same thing with Charlie or Moist Critical and whatnot. That's what these guys are. They're drama YouTubers who happen to play games. So that's the first thing. Secondly, Osmond Gold has some insight to him at times, depending on what the subject is. To be honest, I can't say that he's completely obtuse. If anything, he's kind of he's Shaggy. He's basically kind of like a Shaggy. To be honest with you, except for Shaggy doesn't grind their teeth to the point where he bleeds every goddamn night, and then he takes the blood in the morning and just smears it on the wall. That's gross. That's a real thing that fucking Asmon's done too. He's admitted to that. Yeah, like, I mean, and that he doesn't live in, and Shaggy doesn't live in total filth. Of course, that's a thing too. But Asmon is somewhat insightful at times, to be honest with you. Not all the time, but he's insightful sometimes. Maybe even most of the time. Maybe. So to sit there and try to compare Asmon Gold to DSP is kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. Even though I have to admit, Asmon Gold is lazy as fuck. He is super fucking lazy. For him to make it as far as he did, doing damn near nothing, is kind of crazy. But I mean, it is what it is. Theoretically, he's a much more successful DSP, to be honest with you, and probably far more likable. I don't know, Wings. I don't know if that's a fair comparison. Here, let me bring that back. But I don't know if that's really a fair comparison. It seems kind of weird, to be honest.
Wings video, like, I'm not Wings, DSP's video game content versus like other people doing the same thing, his content value is way higher than like somebody with like 10 viewers out there and fucking no.
That and Wings and Asmon Gold don't even do the same shit. Now that I really put that into perspective. So I don't know where Wings is going with that argument.
Man's land.
He just sets. He's got a.
Okay, but
what's the difference between that and what Osmond Gold does? Like, Osmond Gold, he just watches other popular shit in the dark.
Well, two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, there's no.
Well, one's a millionaire from it. The other one gets shit on all the time because he's barely getting by.
One's a multi-millionaire and whatnot, and the other one's a junkie bitch who ain't sat there and fucking gambled away and drank away pretty much all the money he's ever made online. That's kind of the major difference, Wings.
Because he might be a gambling
what
addict with
Asmon Gold
addiction.
what Asmon Gold brings to the table is personality and interest. I've never heard Asmon Gold scream at a donator for not donating enough.
Yeah, but Asmon Gold also don't have to deal with the stuff that Phil has to deal with. Asmon
Gold hasn't put himself in a situation to do so. Don't get it twisted. Asmon Gold has his haters. It's just this few and far between. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You find a lot of those guys on like live stream fails and shit like that on Reddit and whatnot. They don't need to bring, most of them don't bring that shit to video form or streaming form or whatever, because they don't really have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, Asmon is sensitive as shit. He reads his Reddit. He reads fucking what happens on Twitter. He reads what fucking happens on what's it called, live stream fails. So he knows what people think about him. He don't like it, but he has to keep pushing forward. And that, in truth be told, he's made so much money that he can just walk away from this at any given time, if not permanently, if he wants to. He's not going to, because he's going to get bored, because he doesn't really know how to do anything else, to be honest. Which is kind of the problem that you're starting to see with a lot of those streamers from that early generation. These guys have made all their money, or made a lot of money, I should say, and they really don't, some of them don't really know what to do with themselves. They're all just neats. They're all shut-ins and shit. They don't really have much else really going for themselves. Well, not that they need to, because they have a bunch of crazy-ass money and shit. But even then, they don't have any real interest except for streaming, because that's all they've ever done. They don't really know how to do anything else. So even with all the money, for those of you who would want to put an emphasis on that, it doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to do anything else. You can have all the money in the world, but if you have no interest, if you have no drive, if you don't have any motivation to grow as a person, because these guys don't even want to grow as content creators or streamers, then what's really the point? I'm not saying for them to roll over and die, but what I'm also saying is they're only going to be able to do what they've done because they don't know how to do anything else. Something to think about. DSP is just at the lower end of that spectrum. He's on the failure end of that spectrum, if you will.
Gold brings to the table is personality and interest. I've never heard Asmongold scream at a donator for not donating enough.
Yeah, but Asmongold also don't have to deal with the stuff that Phil has to deal with. Asmongold doesn't have people go into his bank account.
Listen. We know for 100% that DSP is stuck in the year 2010. All right, and that's why he produces the content he does.
Agreed.
And then when I hear Wings say, well, he actually does produce a pretty good video game, then I'm like, Wings is also stuck in 2010.
Agreed.
It's 2024. This is not the content. This is not the trend. This is not the movement, right? You know, to be a content creator, to be a YouTuber, to be an actual influencer in this online entertainment community, you have to evolve. Right, you have to mix it up. You got to do different things, right?
Yeah, but
you can't.
What if he wants to be a video game creator? Like, there's still video game creators out there.
Yeah, there is, but DSP is not a video game creator. He's an e-beggar. There's a difference. Jesus, like I said, this is probably a work, but I gotta say, if this is really how Winx thinks, which is probably not too far off the mark, I'm not saying that I pity Keem, but I understand. I'm not saying I pity him, but I understand.
To be a YouTuber, to be an actual influencer in this online entertainment community, you have to evolve, right? You have to.
Well, DSP can't really be an influencer because, according to him, influencers are just people who sell out. And DSP can't do that. Oh, I'm sorry. DSP doesn't want to do that. See, DSP can't not being able to do something and not wanting to do something are two separate things. Let me explain. Him not wanting to be a sellout is him trying to show that he has principles, he has scruples, he has morals, if you will. And he's not willing to sell his soul for money, even though he e-begs every day. So theoretically, he's already doing that. Now, him not being able to do something is that there are people who are blocking that opportunity from him. This is something that he's brought up multiple times under both categories. Make of that what you will.
Mix it up. You got to do different things, right?
Yeah, but
you can't.
What if he wants to be a video game creator? Like, there's still video game creators out there.
Yeah, but DSP don't create anything, and he plays video games poorly. And instead of leaning into the shit like 10 years ago, instead he wants to still try to rail against it, and his spurging out, if you will, is what the entertainment is now. Pure and simple. Come on, Wings, you know this. You're a retard, but you know this.
But what they're doing
they
is
have
just
they have like the best editor's wings. They have the best thumbnails. They have like the best concepts for videos. They don't just fucking play the game. Let's plays are not it. You go in the game and you have
Let's plays still exist. I understand what Keem is trying to say. Let's plays do still exist, and they are still relevant. What he's talking about though is he's talking about actual content creation. You taking a segment of from your session and giving it a story, giving it a premise, right? And then putting the work in from editing and other things like that. You pouring your personality into it through editing and whatnot to actually give you, like, to produce a unique piece. I get what he's saying. I do very much get what he was saying. But I'll also say that there's still very much a market out there for Let's Plays or playthroughs or walkthroughs or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That very much still exists. And that's never going to go away.
I don't know, how to meet the Princess Dragon on level 45. Hey guys, I just discovered this new clue. You got to go over, like, bro.
Here's how I know you don't know what you're talking about, because the number one view guys in video games do nothing of that. They just upload the game raw. That's
not necessarily true either. But then again, that shows you how little Wings knows. Let me give you an example. So zombies, Call of Duty Zombies, which is something I've been participating in a lot in various ways. When you think about content creation on that, you got guys that go through a bunch of different angles when they do shit. I'll use Milo or Mr. Wonder Waffles as my example. This dude streams like crazy long now, but then he also does topic videos about different stuff too. Some of that stuff is pulled from his streams. So, for example, we stream, and then he'll sit there and stream, he'll discover stuff, whatever, and he'll literally make a tutorial within the stream, within that segment right there. And then what happens is his editors will clip that out and turn it into a separate video. And he'll do that throughout his streams and whatnot, and as they discover more things and so on and so forth. Then he'll put out all these different videos or shorts will be made from this long-form content. Then later on, he'll make a compilation of, like, for example, all the different gobblegums, right, and what they all do. And all that stuff is just segment from his streams that you'll see. He does this on his streams. It's so cool watching him do this. He'll actually do the voiceovering for his streams in real time and shit. It's really neat how he does it. And if you're ever in Milo's streams and shit, he'll give you a shitload of pointers if you want it, especially on Twitter, if you reach out to him there. So from long form content, the edited content can very much be produced. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very much a two-way street, to be honest with you. So both of them are wrong, to be honest with you. Like, content creation has become far more versatile than I think either one of these idiots are giving credit for. So, truth be told, Wings as well as Keemstar are both showing their age. Yeah, for sure, DSP and Wings are stuck in 2008, 2010. But Keem is still stuck in, like, 2017, 2018, 2019. Truth be told.
Who's number one?
I don't know who number one is, but I'll give you examples of, like, big channels like Yamfa, like
and if I remember correctly, isn't the number one gaming channel like a VTuber or something? Which makes sense, to be honest with you. But then again, are they talking about YouTube? Or are they talking about Twitch? Are they talking about Kick? But even then, I'm pretty confident it's a VTuber. I'm pretty confident it's a VTuber.
Solid State Gaming. All they do is they get the game early, they play the entire game, they put it up there, and they do it in long videos, and boom, it's done.
Dude, I looked up Solid State Gaming. They don't even come up on a Google search.
Put up Yamfa.
Hold on, I found them.
I don't want to. Do I have to go this far into this debate? Like, honestly,
well, I'm just saying, like none of the people that actually commented that do that is actually big in gaming. Like, I'm granted, the Brad's not going to be around anymore. Like, he's pretty solidified that. But I'm just saying, like, if you
wait, Brad still makes content. So does MK Fire and Ice. There's another guy, starts with an S. They do long form. What? What is he talking about? Like, Brad still makes content, or is it Rad? I think Rad is Rad was the dude that was part of SOK. He was like one of the cool guys that were part of SOK and shit. Brad is the guy who still does the long form commentary shit, but he also cuts it up and stuff too. What the fuck? Here, let me bring that back.
Like none of the people that actually commented that do that is actually big in gaming. Like I'm granted, the Brad's not going to be around anymore. Like he's pretty solidified that. But I'm just saying, like if
What are you talking about? I'm pretty. Give me a second. Now I need to look this shit up. What the fuck are you gonna sit there and say that the Brad's not around anymore? When did Brad quit? Like the last thing I saw from Brad was I think he was doing Resident Evil DLC shit. And I think I watched him do all that. Now I think about it. Let me see here. Okay, the Brad, 13 million. The dude at the time that I'm recording, the dude put up a video 2 hours ago. He's still making content. He just finished Call of Duty Black Ops, the campaign walkthrough. What the fuck is he? You know what? Sorry, what the fuck? I'm just sitting here cross-referencing what fucking LOLCOW say. What the fuck am I doing? I'm making this shit harder on myself. What the fuck? Oh my Christ. I've never really given LOLCOW Live this much time, and I kind of see why. Fucking A.
If you want to do a certain type of content, just because the viewership isn't there doesn't mean that what you're doing isn't higher quality than what other people are doing in the same field.
Dude, when I see DSP play a video game,
where is DSP's quality though? You really haven't explained or described to me where the quality is at in DSP's content. Like we're treating this shit. Keem was right. He's literally treating this shit like it's 2010 and shit. And whoever it is who has the most views or the most subs or whatever wins basically. But that doesn't necessarily equate to quality. Like what the? Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna rattle. I'm gonna go up and get myself a cup of SnortBucks. Anybody else want some? I'm gonna go and grab some SnortBucks real fast. I'll be right back. Holy shit.
he sucks at it. He rages. He's not good at it. And it's like,
That's just stick though.
yeah, but it's like,
He's good at Street Fighter.
Here's the thing, Wings, right?
No. He's average at Street Fighter. He's average. This whole nonsense about above average. Well, fucking Richard Wings didn't say that, so he didn't say he was above average. So I'm kind of going after him a little quicker than usual because the young lady at the counter and shit says that they're out of my favorite blueberry muffin flavor, and I'm not really happy about that shit. Anyway, that was my fault though. I should have ordered it. So, you know what I'm saying? I should have placed the order for it, but I thought we had enough to get through the week. Anyway, don't worry about that. No, DSP's not good at fucking Street Fighter. He's average at best, and really it's up against, to be honest, lackluster competition. And you put people that are on his level or better, he gets smoked more often than not. 8 out of 10 times he's getting smoked.
Okay, so
you're just a mark for him, Wings. That's all it is. Okay, gotcha. It makes a little bit more sense now. You're a mark for him. But I also think this is a work from LOLCOW Live, that you're the one that's supposed to be the DSP defender. I honestly think that's what this is.
maybe you're doing a Let's Play. How about getting every fucking knowledge you can of that fucking game before you turn on that stream and start saying, hey guys.
Why do that when DSP can just have people handhold him through it? So it makes it seem, so it gives them incentive to contribute to him, right? Financially, emotionally, and also contribute to the content directly. So it seems like there are people that actually care and are invested in it. Hence the reason why DSP streams are structured the way they are. That's legitimately why. That's the reason why DSP is the ignorant piece of shit that he is, and that's why he comes in ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Because he expects to be carried. He expects to be handheld. And he expects to get paid to do it. That's exactly why he does things the way he does it. See, that's the reason why someone who's actually in the detractor field, if these guys are really going to sit there and get into DSP shit, they need to speak to someone who's actually entrenched in this shit. Not me. Speak to, like, I mean, truth be told, speak to, like, Agent Proper, speak to fucking Secret Limited, Ludacris, Eddie B43 if he's still around, Tevin. Speak to them. Speak to guys like that. Speak to guys that are reasonable. Speak to Ann and whatnot. But fucking A. Don't sit there and do this shit. But I get what Keem's doing though too. because he's appealing to his market. He's appealing to people who aren't committed to DSP like that, and probably aren't even really watching detractors that seriously. So like essentially, it's like he can go ahead and put out these questions. He can put out these different narratives to drum up engagement and whatnot. So Keem is kind of doing the exact same thing. I get it. So I'm not hating the hustle. I'm not hating the hustle. I get it.
I read in Game Informer that this is, how you go through this.
You're accusing me of doing Let's Plays. I stream Rainbow Six.
And you're bad at it. Like, you're really bad at it. Like, and he's bad at it for a lot of reasons. One, he's using outdated tactics. That's his first problem. Two, he's become far too codependent on his teammates, right? Like in Call of Duty, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in Call of Duty, you kind of need to depend on your teammates, but you can basically run that shit around like you're Rambo. In Rainbow Six, it's very team-oriented. But being team-oriented and being team-dependent are two separate things. He needs to be able to win gunfights. He needs to be able to convey knowledge to people. He needs to be able to carry his weight, to be honest. And he's not good at any of those things. And a lot of the tactics that he uses are outdated. Like, for example, there's a lot of people in Rainbow that I watch, but like King Henry is someone who was really, really big at one time. It's not so big now, but he was really big back in his day. But he still makes content. Like, a lot of the tactics that King Henry was using years and years and years ago are some of the shit that is some of the shit that Wings uses now. And that's one of the reasons why Wings had the fallout with fucking Cheese. Because Cheese was like, yo, we need to get better tactics. And there are a bunch of new tactics out there. We need to be trying this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stuff that you're telling us is outdated. We need to level up, basically. And Wings didn't want to hear it because he didn't want to learn anything new. He was comfortable with what he was doing. And he's been failing ever since. And truth be told, he's been failing ever since he got kicked off of Twitch, to be honest with you. But then it only reinforces what the Wings community was saying anyway, about he was being carried the whole goddamn way, which he was. So, it is what it is.
I'm just saying, like, this is not good content.
I know it's not content because it doesn't grow my fucking channel.
But that's why we have this argument. It's because you're saying it's good content and he does good content.
No, I'm saying what the argument is what I'm saying is I'm stuck doing that content because it's safe versus risking.
It's not safe. It's safe as in the fact that it's predictable. He gets a predictable outcome. That's what he really means. But truth be told, Call of Duty is probably far safer than fucking Rainbow. He can still kind of work in Call of Duty a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he keeps chasing Rainbow, because truth be told, Rainbow never really did well for him on YouTube anyway. It was always on Twitch. So he's actually wrong about that too. But whatever.
Losing my income.
Whatever.
It's boring as fuck.
They haven't done that at all. They don't care about that. They just care about the money. All right? So I don't know why anyone would care about this show in my audience. If you have a brain between these two ears in your head, you should never watch it. You should never discuss it. You should never give it a moment of your time. All right? The only reason I'm bringing it up is because for some weird reason, people have been contacting me in the last 4 days, and they're all saying almost exactly the same thing. Here's what they're saying. Phil, you were completely right about the show all along. The events over there have become incredibly heinous. The show has completely fallen apart. It's awful. And what was the other thing? There was one other thing too. So basically, the weird part about it is people keep writing me and saying this. Like, oh yeah, that's what it is. They're saying they actually admitted on the show publicly that you were right all along about everything.
Yeah, we did. That's true. Because DSP said if Wings and Boogie come on this show, that Keemstar was going to expose them and ruin their careers. And yeah, DSP was, that's right.
I mean, you did expose me here. And at the end of the day.
Yeah, but you didn't have much of a career to expose. You didn't really have much of a career to expose, Boogie. Let's be honest. You nor Wings. So it wasn't like you guys weren't already chopped liver before fucking Keemstar came along and shit. He's just trying to milk as much as he can out of you guys before you finally check out. That's all it is.
Hey, like Jordy said, my brand is more viral than it's ever been. And so what? That it's probably make 10 times what DSP makes a month if I decide to do that. If I decide to actually buckle down and stream and fucking make videos.
How much you think DSP makes, Boogie?
If I had to guess, 4K a month.
He makes $100,000 a year.
130 last time.
He makes good money. How much do you make, Wings?
A year?
Yeah.
30 before LOLCOW, 36 to 45.
Shut the fuck up. DSP makes.
Nah, I don't believe that. Well, no, I kind of do because Wings has a habit of deleting his streams and whatnot. He deleted all the content off the main channel, which he's fucking retarded for doing that shit. I mean, shit, at that point, he should have just nuked his channel like Review Tech USA did. Anyway, shit, Duty would have gotten a lot of points if he could have gotten Wings to do that. Anyway, that was just, there's no way that's possible. That's peasant money if that's really true. But I don't know. I don't know if that's really true. But he does say, though, Wings has said that the majority of his money came from Twitch, to be honest with you. And his Twitch was, I gotta admit, his Twitch was pretty good back in the day in that of what it made, especially for Rainbow Six. Like when he started playing Rainbow Six on Twitch, he was one of the top guys on PlayStation, on PSN, who was playing on Twitch at the time. So there was definitely good money coming into play. But then he had that nervous breakdown and then shit kind of fell apart after that. But damn, he was really only pulling like 35, 45,000. That's still not bad for Wings because he was literally doing nothing. He was literally producing nothing. And if he was making that before LOLCOW, that still ain't too bad for doing nothing. For doing absolutely nothing. Here, let me bring this back. I want to hear that.
Make 10 times what DSP makes a month if I decide to do that. If I decide to actually buckle down and stream and fucking make videos.
How much you think DSP makes, Boogie?
If I had to guess, 4K a month.
He makes $100,000 a year.
130 last time.
He makes good money. How much do you make, Wings?
A year?
Yeah.
30 before LOLCOW, 36 to 45.
Shut the fuck up. DSP makes more money than you?
Yeah, he doubles or triples my money.
How?
He has this.
Exactly. How? And that's why when Wings said back in his heyday, he didn't make as much as DSP has. He said this before. And I know that's not true. Now, I've said this in another broadcast. But I know Wings is lying. I know Wings is lying. Because Wings said back in the day, if I can find this, I'll have them edit it in. This was when Wings... This was like literally like the first drama alert that Keem ever did. There was Keem only used me Blade before he got all fucked up. White Boy 7th Street, fucking Wings is on there. I think what's his face? Woody's gamer tag was up there maybe, and there might have been somebody else. There might have been someone else, and Wings literally said your contract on Machinima wasn't too different from mine. I don't know exactly what White Boy 7th Street's contract was at that particular time, but it wasn't too far off from someone who I do have a better idea of what their contract looked like, which was a guy by the name who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. A guy named Fisticuff, who still does make content, by the way. Call of Duty content, I should say. Fisticuff. And Fisticuff was making some pretty good money back in the day. He was only doing that shit part-time while he was in the military. So but he didn't fall into the trap that like iFly alumni did. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, or Raw Instinct or anything like that. He didn't crash and burn like those guys did. There was money to be made on Machinima back in the day with Call of Duty content. So there's no way in hell that Wing could run around and scream poverty back in his heyday when he was making as much money as he did. And what's even more funny is Wings made far more money only putting up a video or two a day back in the day. He made far more money doing that than he did when he was forcing out 3 to 5 videos a day to keep up with Brandy and Celine and whatever that other E-Thought was, or the other chick that was draining his ass dry, and all that, because he was oversaturating his market and whatnot. He completely was screwing himself over. But that's neither here nor there.
That you faked the whole thing and you're done.
What I got from that, what I caught from like the pieces that I was talking over, was that he's upset that I spent money on myself.
No, I'm saying you need to fake something. You need to do this for your view quota for the month. You need to.
Dude, there's no way in hell I'm hitting my view quota.
You're a cancer on this fucking community.
Cancer, dude. Come on. You can't. You even said it yourself that I get maybe 1,000 views.
I'm here for the money. I do it for the money. You relate.
Why do you give Xboxes away?
You decide to get money, and you just keep on doing it, and you're just gonna keep on doing whatever it is for money. And this is, I'm passionate about this because if we let this fucking stand, we might as let every else fucking bullshit stand. And it's not right. It's not right for the online gaming community.
White boy.
This is serious, Wings. And
you know what's serious is you're calling me a view whore when I make a fraction of what you make.
It's not, Wings. It's not.
White boy, do you think if this is so serious, do you think there's anything Wings can do to make it right?
I don't know, man. I'm not a fucking PR person for Wings.
White boy, you still under the impression that this whole thing was calculated from the start?
What was that?
What he said, do you think this whole thing was calculated from the start?
Yeah, for views, for attention. And he said it was calculated.
White boy, you make so much more money than me. It's ridiculous. No. You calling me a view whore. You give away Xboxes and PlayStation cards, and you calling me the cancer on the community.
Get my bank account out your mouth, please.
I don't need to get your bank account out your mouth. You're real close to me just telling you what you actually make.
And your fucking figures are wrong.
That's not anybody's business what people make, though, Wings.
I know what he makes. His contract can't be much different from mine.
But Wings, he's not talking about money though.
He is. He's calling me a view whore when he said himself I'd get like 1,000 views. But you're a fucking dumbass, dude. I don't do that shit for views. If I did that shit for views, I would do it on my fucking YouTube channel. Why don't you take your one-eyed ass and learn fucking something? Quit smoking pot. Quit being a fucking high school dropout.
So I think instead of going after the messenger, we should talk about the message. Right?
Wings, look at this. Look here, Wings. You called me out on my eye. I remember we had a drama back when you called me out on. I had a lisp because my microphone would appreciate this. My microphone wasn't as good. Why are you so materialistic? I'm a fucking person, Wings. Like,
I'm a fucking person too, and you're sitting there trying to destroy my livelihood by some fucking bullshit, trying to say I did some view whore and shit.
Fucking suicide. Do you not understand the gravity of the situation? You fake the suicide for views. You're fucking raw instinct. You're fucking G unit, Wings. This is what you are. This is what you brought. You brought this on yourself because you need more views, Wings. It's not all about the fucking views. It's not. If you take that out your mind. If you just don't look at the view counter, maybe you'll be happier in life. Maybe you will. But you're just so concerned about numbers on a website that it just it engulfs you and it makes you depressed. I liked you. I liked you, Wings. I liked your videos. I was watching you back in World at War. Even though you talk shit about a lot of things that I disagree on, I like you as a person, but I lost all respect for you when you took it to the next level where a human life, you fake suicide for attention. That's what a 13-year-old girl does, Wings. You're a grown-ass man. Start fucking acting like it and stop being a fucking vagina all the time. And you're so fucking emotional about it. Step back and fucking grow some fucking balls. Jeez.
Back in the day, we called.
We talk about that another time. Shit, I love talking about old Call of Duty shit.
Group of audience, these people, that they make fun of for being so fucking gullible or whatever. But I mean, I genuinely think there's people that give him his fucking disability check because all they do is just watch him. It's the one thing they watch,
bro. That is
like a comfort food.
That is literally.
But the point I'm trying to make, though, is that him and White Boy weren't too far off, according to Wings. White Boy 7th Street and Wings of Redemption weren't that far off from a money standpoint, and White Boy 7th Street used to make bread back in those days. So let's not even act like, don't believe Wings' poverty stories and shit like that. He's probably making far more than he's letting on.
Really mind-blowing that DSP makes. I feel like I need to pull up a DSP stream real quick. Like there's got to be
the numbers are super low. Like he only gets like on average he averages like 200 to 300 like I do, and then he'll get one that does like 600. But he streams like 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, and he does like these the haters call them begathons, where basically he'll have like this really big bill he has to pay, and he'll do like a 12-hour like stream, and usually he gets it.
Are you
yeah, I would
fucking
very
serious?
much like to make fucking $130,000 a year. Apparently, I need to play video games fucking badly. If this is true, how do we know that's what he makes?
Bro, I can't even find. I literally cannot find his channel. Okay, I found it. Okay, go ahead.
There it is. The reason they know this is because they got into his bank records, and they basically have social engineered his social security number at this point.
Let me cut in on this for a minute. That figure had been figured out long before that, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Now, Wings isn't the sharpest butter knife in the drawer, nor is he the smoothest. But that was discovered long before the social engineering thing. Let's stop, okay? You can thank like people like Secret Limited and Eddie B43 who were like compiled that shit. If you don't believe me, look at the end of Secret Limited's top 10 worst moments of 2017. Just shows you how much of a fan I am. And it's at the end of that where they do a breakdown of it. Matter of fact, if I can find it, I can insert that in or whatnot. Or I can send it off to get inserted or whatever. No, actually, I can find it and I can insert it in before I send this off. And you'll see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people had come up with a pretty good idea of what he was making right around then. And then it kind of gradually escalated as more and more whales and pay pigs came in. And then when you go back and you look at Piece of Peace, its tips tracker, big up Piece of Peace, it only reinforces it. So trust me, but long before the social engineering thing, we had an idea of what DSP was making.
Yeah. Okay. I have so I'm looking at
because that's how they have the whole like the WWE Champions thing where he's spending like $2,000 or $3,000 a month on like a gotcha game.
Dude, I'm looking at YouTubers.me. It says DSP Gaming last 7 days made $142 in donations. In the last 30 days, 574. Now, is that can't be accurate?
He gets his donations outside of YouTube.
Yeah, he gets his donations through tips, through his PayPal.
I think.
No, you're right. He gets his donations through PayPal. You're correct. You're correct. Which is kind of funny because it shows you how little money he actually makes from YouTube. Not necessarily on YouTube because he begs on YouTube, but from YouTube.
He does it because you can use like Streamlabs and stuff like that. But hey,
but he doesn't use Streamlabs or StreamElements. He's banned from both of those services because I'm a good Samaritan. He's banned from those. He's banned from those services.
Just to give the audience a perspective who've never seen a DSP stream, this is DSP's stream. It was 3 days ago. It has less than 700 views, which is like insanely low.
Is great for modern games. Like every modern first party game that I play on here, it's amazing. But when you want to play retro stuff, this controller stinks. The D-pad is not good. It's actually faulty. So a lot of the times you go to...
Well, I will say he's educating his audience, so that's good. All right.
Dang it.
He's playing that.
I know. I used to do retro stuff more often, but people didn't really like it.
I mean, he does talk to his chat. I don't know. Maybe he, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
My whole point is like people criticize him for doing a bad job when he doesn't. He does a good job. He just has a huge stigma on him. And he's a gambling addict.
No, actually, hold on a second. He doesn't have a huge stigma. DSP has done everything to earn that shit. Let's not act like he's above it. Hold on a second though.
I don't know. Maybe he, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
My whole point is like people.
Okay, it's stuff like this, what you see on screen now. For those of you who are looking, you guys are doing their stuff behind. You're using this as white noise. I don't blame you. But there's basically a dossier here, which basically it's an agenda, right? It's a list of things that they need to go through. It's basically a list and whatnot. This is something like this. For those of you who have watched the Rich video, if it's out at this point. I think it was Review Tech USA speaks on his upcoming June the King documentary, I think. This is what Review Tech USA needs to be successful as a podcaster or in radio. He needs someone to basically create a program, and he needs to follow that program. He needs to follow that agenda. He needs to follow that list of things to do, if you will, throughout the structure of the show. And he could, and I think Review Tech could be successful with that. Left to his own devices, well, you see where he's at, especially with the fact that Jay's been carrying his ass for like the last 6 or 7 years. So same concept. LOLCOW Live is no different. This shit does work on with a level of a format, and based off that format, you could say it's a work, you know, or at least some of it that could be a work potentially. But this right here is what is required for some people, especially for LOLCOWs, because they can't carry a note on their own.
People criticize him for doing a bad job when he doesn't. He does a good job. He just has a huge stigma on him, and he's a gambling addict.
All right, we need to listen to the 10-minute mark because he says something about Boogie. Go ahead, Boogie. What were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I mean, if he's putting in the hours, 6 hours a day, that shows shit. I mean, that's dedication, you know? Give credit for that, Phil.
Well, here we go.
I mean, how much dedication is it if he has nothing else to do? What else is he going to do? He has nothing else. He lives for the internet. He lives on the internet, and he lives for the internet because he has nothing else. IRL has nothing really to provide him except to eat and shit. I'm sorry. Other than that, he doesn't have anything. IRL has nothing to provide him. So he needs the internet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, more so than anything. And because he's an addict, it's very fair to say he's addicted to the internet. Sorry, he's addicted to the internet. Just like he's addicted to negativity. Just like he's addicted to lying. Just like he's addicted to begging. Just like he's addicted to alcohol. He's addicted to gambling. He's addicted to spending. It's all, the internet kind of sort of provides all of that in some way, shape, or form. Something about it.
To a living joke, and everyone said, oh, I'm going to repeat that. That kind of content is harmful to the world, to human society as a whole. The
world.
Right? Remember when they did the Anna Nicole Smith show back on TV, and everyone said, oh, that's not harmful. That content's fine because she's in on the joke. I mean, yeah, she's a train wreck. Her career fell apart. You could tell that she's high and drunk half the time on the show. But who cares? It's fine. She's dead now. She's dead.
Yeah, people dying, Phil.
Well, he's making a valid point here. Anna Nicole Smith died from drug abuse.
Yeah, she was a drug addict before the show. Yeah.
She was
a stripper before she married.
She's dead.
Yes, I said stripper / drug addict. There, a lot of strippers tend to do drugs to cope.
Yeah, the best way to get a stripper is an 8-ball.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've known a good number of strippers, and trust me, whether it was fucking at least marijuana, but all the way up to fucking Xanax or worse.
All right, I gotta listen.
Did you used to like?
Okay.
Because people around her turned her into a living joke, and everyone said, oh, that's fine. That's good content. She died because of those people.
She died because of those people? How's it their fault? They didn't tell her to, oh, you know what? Whatever. Whatever. Oh, man. I already tackled this in my initial video with him, but I'm not going to go down this route and shit. That's lame. It's lame as fuck that he even brought her up. You know what I'm saying? Like, why even use a dead woman to make your point? That's just sick in its own right.
You understand?
Every time he says she died.
Hey, guys, we got another SWAT attempt. Hooray, more cops. I'll see if I can get them on camera this time. Yeah, man.
What an attention freak. I'll see if I can get him on camera.
Yeah, I'll see if I'll get him to come talk to us this time. Come on in.
All right. Whoa. I got to switch cameras.
Yeah, put Boogie full screen.
Yeah.
What was it? Only iced coffee? What was it? Swaggins? Who was it that sent the cops?
Yeah, I'm live streaming right now. If you want to, yeah, if you want me to come out there, I can. We're live right now. What's the nature of this one?
You remember the pizza one?
Oh, it's another pizza one. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Is it cops or a pizza guy?
It's cops. Hold on.
we were trying to keep it hidden.
Yeah.
So I got my hand over.
Right. Yeah, we're live. We're live right now. Hold on. You want me to cut this or?
No, can you read from there? Is that accurate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, it's not posted anywhere, so that's why they couldn't call you. And I'm paired up with the second officer tonight.
Oh, is the home number unlisted? Interesting.
So he's
Don't get no ideas. I just thought that was interesting.
new to the city, and I wanted to show him where this address was in case we get similar calls.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
He's aware.
So wait, this isn't a swatting then, right? It's like really like a wellness check / concern, like a concernment check or whatever. I don't know. I'll have to ask Meth Bear about that or something. So, I mean, this doesn't seem like really much like a swatting, but all right.
Yeah.
Officer, he has a gun.
I'm so sorry. Waste your time.
Officer, look at his face.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
He has a gun. He's resisting. He's resisting.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boogie got swatted.
I don't think that's a SWAT. Like, what was the pizza thing about Boogie?
Yeah, so here's what they're doing. They're calling a pizza place, and they're saying that I guess it's a woman calling the pizza place, and they'll say that they're being abused, or they're an abused woman, and that they need to send the cops to this address to rescue the abused woman. So supposedly they're like, hi.
Wait, what? Okay, well, okay, that sounds kind of suspicious. Okay, so... Wait. Okay. They don't have the number to his residence. So instead, they are calling a local pizza place and saying, hey, there's a woman who's being abused at such and such address. Can you please call the cops and send them over? Huh. Okay, I mean, I've heard stranger things, so okay, I guess. I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boogie got swatted.
I don't think that's a SWAT. Like, what was the pizza thing about Boogie?
Yeah, so here's what they're doing. They're calling a pizza place, and they're saying that I guess it's a woman calling the pizza place, and they'll say that they're being abused, or they're an abused woman, and that they need to send the cops to this address to rescue the abused woman. So supposedly they're like, hi, yes, I'd like to order a pizza. Yes, my husband's hitting me.
Wait, how do we know it's a cop though? Like, that could have theoretically been anybody who could have came in and ran the lines off and then run out. Like, they didn't come on camera, I don't blame them, and whatnot. So, you know, you didn't see any identification and shit. Where's the actual complaint in a written form or something? Did they hit you with a salutation or something? Or not a salutation, that's not what it's called. You know what I mean? They hit you with like not a ticket, but the thing above a ticket. Did they hit you with anything? Like, I mean, what proof of any of this though? I don't know. I'm not saying that was necessarily a work, but it does make me question stuff.
Right, and then they'll call the cops. The pizza place will do their due diligence. They'll call the cops, say they got a report of an abused woman. And then they'll come and they'll question Desi and stuff.
Boogie just got swatted, and the entire chat is saying it's fake.
Yeah, literally
you heard the cop talk about
cops
it.
walk through the front door right now, and that's fake.
You have a
4 cops?
Boogie.
4
Boogie,
cops.
don't you have
four
you have
of
a ring? You have a ring thing, don't you, Boogie? Do you
Yeah,
pay for
yeah.
the subscription?
Yeah. Hold on, I can bring that up right now and send it to Kim.
Yeah. Okay, we got to get proof that cops were actually.
Yeah,
dude, I'm gonna play the proof right of the video on the Ring camera, and then the audience is gonna be like, "Oh, those are paid actors."
Those are paid actors. Yeah.
Yeah, Boogie's making all that LOLCOW live fake money.
Yeah,
He can pay actors now to make the show better.
They're saying
We
fake.
bored them all away.
They're saying
Fucking meme comment.
they're saying fake pizza.
Fake pizza.
Shit, I'm so fucking fat. I'd be disappointed they didn't bring the pizza.
Yeah, I could go for some pizza right now, man. That sounds good.
Somebody in chat said pre-recorded SWAT.
Yeah. I mean, we've had that opportunity. Don't get me wrong. They've been here about 5 times in the last 2 weeks. This is
I have a trouble calling that a SWAT. That's more of like, hey, we want to talk to you about shit.
Oh.
Like, swatting is way more hardcore.
Right,
I've been swatted 5 times.
Right,
That
so
shit's
it is.
rough.
it is a swatting attempt because what they're trying to do is get them to show up with guns blazing because there's an abused woman.
Boogie.
That's what they're
boogie.
trying to do.
Yeah, it's an attempt, but like it's way different than when you walk into your kitchen and you got guys with flashlights and assault rifles threatening to kill you.
Here's what I'll say about the Fayetteville cops, and you can say whatever you want to about them. You can say whatever you want to about cops. Lord knows I have said bad things about cops in other areas. I've never said shit about the Fayetteville cops, and I'll tell you why, because they are fucking amazing. You guys remember I told you guys last time I had kind of a deal where they call first and everything else? They called here first, just like this is why they're like, they understand that I'm a streamer. They understand that this is a common occurrence, and they react appropriately in case something's wrong, but they're not going to come in and burst down the fucking doors. And they're actually really cool. They're really polite. And these are the people that know I have a record. These are the people that know I fired a gun at somebody, and they're still fucking cool to me. I don't understand why, but they fucking are. You just heard them. And then, Keem, you check your shit. You used to have that right there.
Yep. Well, I mean, yeah, you pointed a gun at someone, but you fired the gun in the air.
I did 2 seconds.
Like, I think it's insane that, number one, you're like harassing a pizza place with this shit, and you're making them feel like shit. They think a woman's getting abused, so like they're involved. Secondly, you're wasting the police's time. Those guys could be out busting actual criminals, right? Imagine they come to my side of town, because I live west side of town. They come out here, and now something bad happens the east side of town, and they have to travel twice as far. Somebody fucking dies because you're wasting cops' time. Go fuck yourselves. To what? Mildly inconvenience my dogs because they bark a little bit? Is that, oh. Who you're inconveniencing is the pizza place. Who you're inconveniencing is the cops. Who you're inconveniencing is whoever's in fucking need right now. That's who you're inconveniencing.
I can tell you the other end of this, whoever's on the line with the pizza place. Eventually, the cops get tired of dealing with it, and they just escalate it up to the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yeah,
and that's what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the footage right here.
Yeah.
Happening moments ago, Boogie2988 had the cops called on him for faking cancer.
And what's so funny about it to me is it's just complete bullshit, right? Like, obviously,
no, it's not. You did fake cancer.
No, I know. I'm saying I'm not fucking abusing anybody. It's absurd.
All right, back to Phil.
One of the people on the show has to die, and then you'll realize that it's junk content, that you shouldn't be watching it. Is that what it takes? Are you that fucking dumb that you don't understand that human exploitation is bad? This is common sense, common morality stuff. This is not big.
Human exploitation is bad. This is a guy who exploits his audience every single week and says, hey guys, I'm going to be homeless. Hey guys, they're going to turn my electric off. Hey guys.
We're not making enough donations today. We've made plenty on terms of memberships, but we're not making enough in direct donations. Like, how many fucking times
this guy is like
about money?
This guy, I do disagree with that.
Go ahead.
Oh, I do. I agree with Boogie saying, because he doesn't want you to super chat, because YouTube takes 30% out of the super chat. You gotta donate through his other third party website so he can get 100% of the tips. He can use them today, because this man makes $130,000 a year, and he's living hand to mouth to the point that he can't pay for his groceries unless you put tips in his hand today.
Yeah.
Like how are you a grown adult in your 40s and you can't fucking budget yourself for your month-to-month paycheck on YouTube?
Because he's lying. Because he's lying. Here's the thing. DSP's content is actually fake. It is actually fake. It is not real. When he says my electric's going to be turned off unless I get these donations, he's lying. He is lying. When he says he doesn't make enough money on his show, he's been caught lying. All right. He's been caught lying multiple times about multiple different fucking things. So the fact that that guy is saying that this show is scripted and faked, no, your whole fucking existence is fake.
Brain thinking shit. This is like, if you have a base of human understanding in your head, a tiny little nugget of intelligence, you would know that that is bad stuff that should not get attention. Right? You should be doing everything in your power to stop people from watching that. What is wrong with you? If you don't know who that is, go look it up. Anna Nicole Smith. Go look her up and see her horrible life story of how she degraded.
Is he trying to call Anna Nicole Smith fat?
No.
Well, what's the comparisons? Boogie's not
His
on
comparisons.
drugs.
Is Anna Nicole Smith like married like this rich old man that went to the strip club all the time, and then she used his money to do drugs and shit like that, and they had a show when her life was falling apart.
Yep.
And he's trying to say that show is just them like putting the camera on the death throes of her career, and now she just died after nobody gave a fuck.
She agreed to it though. To be honest, she knew what she was signing up for. And she knew what the situation was after that. I mean, some people theorize that the reason why she went through it in the first place was to put money aside for her son because she knew that her husband wasn't going to leave her anything. And she spent some time fighting that prenup, if I remember correctly. If they had a prenup, of course.
Which is, I'm telling
Not
you,
true.
people fucking die. Drug addicts fucking die. Pointing a camera at them won't make it any better or fucking worse.
Speaking of drug addicts, did you guys hear that Phil went to the toilet on his fucking stream and in his bathroom break he spent $400 on WWE champions?
Oh my God.
I don't fucking doubt it.
Yeah, Duty was sending me this message. He's like, Phil spent $400 on his bathroom break on his.
Wait, you're in contact with Duty? Interesting. That's LOLCOW number 2 that Duty's tied to. Wait, Duty comes up out of the Wings community though. Like, isn't that like whatever? Disregard that shit. Hold on, maybe I heard him wrong. I did not know that Duty was talking to Wings. That's interesting.
$100 on WWE champions.
Oh my God.
I don't fucking doubt it.
Yeah, Duty was sending me this message. He's like, Phil spent $400 on his bathroom break on his stream.
Yeah, I'm not bringing Duty streams on. That guy's a fucking weirdo. I don't like the guy. You guys can like him all you want, but he's
what's the weirdo? Tell me.
Wait, was that before or after the fallout between you two? Hold on, now I'm interested. Let's see here. This was on July 29th. On July 29th. I don't think Duty and Keem had their stream together where they blew up at each other just yet. I don't think. Huh. Well, that's something else to track down, I guess. Here, let me bring this back. I was really surprised that Duty was talking to Wings, though, being that Duty started off in the Wings community. So I'm really surprised he's sitting there feeding Wings information. Or whatever.
Which is, I'm telling
Not
you,
true.
people fucking die. Drug addicts fucking die. Pointing a camera at them won't make it any better or fucking worse.
Speaking of drug addicts, did you guys hear that Phil went to the toilet on his fucking stream and in his bathroom break he spent $400 on WWE champions?
Oh my God.
I don't fucking doubt it.
Yeah, Duty was sending me this message. He's like, Phil spent $400 on his bathroom break on his stream.
Yeah, I'm not bringing Duty streams on. That guy's a fucking weirdo. I don't like the guy. You guys can like him all you want, but he's
what's the weirdo? Tell me why you think he's weird.
Well, he just steals our content and like uploads it with like no commentary whatsoever. Like he'll put like 15 minutes.
Okay, this is one of the situations Duty lied on me about. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna play this we'll play it because I do want to hear what this is. But I was on stream and I was talking about this situation, and Duty ended up popping up, which is weird because Duty don't know me, but he popped up on my stream. Anyway, I was asking him, what was the nature of you and Keem's relationship, as in you clipping or doing edited content for LOLCOW Live and whatever. And then it turned into this whole thing where I guess Duty clipped out like 30 minutes of LOLCOW Live and posted it. Keem got mad and said that that's not considered a clip, or supposedly there was supposed to be commentary. I don't even know. I don't have the full details on it. And I had asked Duty, who doesn't know who I am, by the way, hey, what was the actual, like, what was the arrangement that you had? Like, what is it about it that you were, what was it that you two agreed on? Was, like, you know what I'm saying, as it pertains to clipping the fucking LOLCOW Live and shit. And that, like, I'd have to go back and actually re-look at it and see exactly what he said. But it's something along those lines. I still think they both handled that poorly. I think this could have, either way, this could have been handled in a conversation. It didn't need to spill over there on Twitter and people talking about doing this and that and all that shit. That didn't even happen. Either which way. So they both played that. They both played that wrong. To be honest with you. But yeah, that's that other thing that Duty lied on me about. Yeah. Now it's starting to come together. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Which is, I'm telling
Not
you,
true.
people fucking die. Drug addicts fucking die. Pointing a camera at them won't make it any better or fucking worse.
Speaking of drug addicts, did you guys hear that Phil went to the toilet on his fucking stream and in this bathroom break he spent $400 on WWE champions?
Oh my God.
I don't fucking doubt it.
Yeah, Duty was sending me this message. He's like, Phil spent $400 on his bathroom break on his stream.
Yeah, I'm not bringing Duty streams on. That guy's a fucking weirdo. I don't like the guy. You guys can like him all you want, but he's
what's the weirdo? Tell me why you think he's weird.
Well, he just steals our content and like uploads it with like no commentary whatsoever. Like he'll put like 15-minute sections of LOLCOW on his channel. I'm like, bro, you can't fucking do that. Yeah, he's fucking...
I had no clue he was doing that. That's fucked up.
So but you threatened a copyright strike Duty over a 30-minute segment. But now you're saying that you had problems with him putting up 15-minute segments? Okay, I'm intrigued now because now the story's starting to blossom in another way. Interesting. Because like I said, this is back in July. And I didn't know that I mean, not that I should care anyway, nor is it my business. But I didn't know that Duty was sitting there talking to Wings. So that's the second LOLCOW that Duty seems to be interacting with. But then Keem's real gripe wasn't over the 30-minute clip shit. It's over the fact that Duty was putting up 15-minute clips and whatnot. But what was the arrangement that you guys had? And yet again, why couldn't you just reached out to him and you guys could have worked this shit out? Duty didn't pull the shit on you, Keem, that he pulled on me, which doesn't open up a conversation for shit. It's just when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. Like, you guys actually had some type of arrangement, and that shit could have been worked out. Huh. Let's continue.
Oh, he's a fucking idiot. Anyhow.
At least react to it. At least be commentary.
I'm so done with DSP. Let's move on to the next thing. What else do we got here?
So Duty Streams is in chat right now. Saying Phil's received $32,000 so far in 2024 and has spent $24K on WWE champions.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Yes. What? Okay. If that is true, who's running the fake scripted fucking show? Who's running the I don't have enough money to pay my bills. You guys really need to who has the fake show? Not us, you buddy.
No shit. Also, if he's made $32K and it's the end of July, he will not make $100K this year or anywhere close.
But that's tips.
Yeah, like I said, you gotta remember, you gotta separate the YouTube shit from PayPal.
Tips. That's not counting his YouTube ads.
Okay.
Or other things like that.
And ladies and gentlemen,
we has a Patreon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Trans Boogie.
And I saw on the subreddit people saying I'm faking cancer. Look, man, I may be a piece of shit. I'm not that kind of piece of shit that I spent the last year lying about cancer.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't age well. That didn't age well.
Shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, I might still have this cancer, which we've talked about. I'm still being treated for it. But yeah, I did jump the gun quite a bit.
You're being treated for something that you might have? Okay. All right. Well, okay.
Oh, I've seen this. Oh, this is good.
Wait, Ethan Klein says he's going to save... What?
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, I heard he's been reacting to our show. I don't know. I don't watch this shit.
You should get out of there, Carl.
Yeah, I hope she's okay.
Should definitely get out of there.
Fucking Google then! I mean, I'm pretty sure that whatever's going on with her, she's probably fairly dependent on him at this point. Reach out. I'll pay for your escape. Yeah! I mean, I can do that. I don't want to be like responsible for her though. But like, if you need like a plane ticket to get home or some shit, I can do that.
Okay.
Is this a good idea or a bad idea?
Come here.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit. This is when they were talking about Desi and Boogie and shit. And they were like, yeah, if she wanted to go home, that Ethan Klein would throw up the money for her to be able to fly out of there. I do remember that distinctly. Actually, that's kind of funny. Or maybe not to fly home, maybe just to fly her away from Boogie. I can't remember. See, that's two guys should do a frenemy podcast. It's fucking Ethan Klein and fucking Keemstar. That would make money. It would be short lived though, but that would make money. Oh man, that would make crazy money.
Yo.
Come here.
Yeah.
Ethan Klein says he will cut you a check so that you can leave me. He'll pay for at least a plane ticket. He says he doesn't want you to be financially dependent on him.
Bro, take that.
But you want a free flight from Ethan? Where do you want to go? Pick a place. Anywhere in the world. You don't have your passport. So somewhere in the United States, where you want to fly to for free? Pick a place.
Wait, why does she have a passport? What the fuck? She not have a passport. Oh, fuck. She has a license, right? She should at least have a okay. She should at least have a passport at this point. Then, so if she has her driver's license, she should have a passport.
Then she needs passport money too.
Oh yeah, get her passport money. You want to go to Disneyland? All right, Ethan Klein. She needs to escape me. She's going to need the following. We've determined she's going to need 2 flights, first class to Los Angeles, California, a hotel for 5 nights on Disneyland property, and you know what? We'll cover the tickets. Don't worry about it. That's on us. She'll be fine.
I will say, I obviously everyone knows that I'm not a fan of.
Wait, but doesn't Disney have a package where you can bundle your flight, your hotel stay? It's your flight, your hotel stay, park tickets, and something else, all into the same shit. Ethan Klein would probably end up doing that. That's gonna save him. That would save him more money, to be honest. That's not being stingy. That's just good financial planning, if you will.
Ethan Klein, but when he was at his worst was a couple years ago when he was like really fat. And he was making a lot of mistakes. He was saying some fucking horrible stuff on his stream. Yeah, we talked about it on Drama all the time. And I kept saying to him, I'm like, dude, lose weight, get healthier. Or, he was starting to lose weight. And I was like, actually like being somewhat nice to him. Cause I'm like, I know he's going to fucking do better and feel better if he loses that weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know of him being in any fucking controversies ever since he's got skinny. I'm going to be honest. I really don't. Like,
Except for the shit with Hassan, yeah. I would say after Ethan Klein lost the weight, he seems to be far more chill. But then again, he's got 2 kids too, so that'll chill you the fuck out pretty fast too.
He said some wild stuff about bombing churches and like a bunch of crazy stuff. He was not good mentally during that time frame.
Yeah. Nice to people.
He decided to take the wrong fucking side when it came to this whole Middle East shit, it seemed like. At least that's...
Well, that was an interesting turn of events towards the end, I gotta say. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know that that was some interesting stuff, I gotta tell you. That was very, very eye-opening towards the end of that shit. It kind of opens up a little bit more of what Keemstar's gripes were with duty at that time, because that's not the story that was given to me. So, but then again, who was I to expect them to tell me the truth anyway? Anyway, point being is that that kind of opens that up. So that'll be something to look into later. That might be interesting. As it pertains to the show being faked or staged or whatever, it's probably like 50-50. It's probably 50-50. Whatever. No one's going to care as long as it's entertaining, so it is what it is. DSP just sounds like a spiteful little bitch because, like, yet again, he couldn't take advantage of Boogie and Wings in the exact same way that Keem is doing. It is what it is on that. DSP relying on the dead. I've spoken about that in my other video going over this. If you've seen it, you already know it. If not, you'll hear it then. And then the shit at the end with Wings and Duty. I wasn't expecting that. But either which way. All right. Give me a second to go ahead and square ourselves up here. I'm really surprised I don't have an insert for LOLCOW Live. I swore I did. Funny enough. That's crazy. It's crazy. I can put it right there next to DSPs, I guess. Anyway, let's see here. So what are we doing next? Bringing this up here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, yet again, it was pretty decent content farming, to be honest with you. Wings was definitely running interference, at least for a little bit. And then he ended up jumping on the bandwagon of dunking on DSP like everybody else, which brings proper order to the vortex by doing so. And so on and so forth. Very interesting segment. There's a bunch of other segments where LOLCOW talked about DSP for extended period of time. So those are things that I will periodically go through and work our way through it. And especially when they talked about some of the stuff with Rich. Well, I definitely want to see what LOLCOW Live thought about that. So that'll be good. We'll go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And I will see you guys for the next broadcast / video, whenever that may be, hopefully sooner than later. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. Oh, yes! A GTG Networking Productions. For Heart Snorts Gin and Tonic, for Tim Snortons, for SnortBucks Coffee Company, the best beverage company, for the Snort Report, I'm GTG, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves, people. Later, people.
I like that.